Welcome to the Accidental Homeschooler. I'm Sam Sorbo. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are talking about sex. Well, all week we've been talking about sex, and today we're going to talk about pornography in the classroom. I've gotten a lot of emails to talk about this, and so without further ado, I will show you some of what's written in my book. They're your kids. This is very important stuff. This is the stuff that parents really need to know, so I hope you'll follow along. I'll try to make it brief. In 1963, the Communist 45, the 45 goals of the Communists were written into our congressional record. Number 25 was break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. Also, number 26, present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity, their words, not mine, as normal, natural, and healthy. Okay. Here is some school material discussion that's quite graphic, which I won't read because it is quite graphic and I don't feel like saying these words. If you get my book, you will see it. This is from a text or a school handout, I should say. But they ask questions like, true or false, delaying tactics are a permanent solution, as if putting off having sex is not a solution to avoiding sex because it's inevitable, which is what they're teaching the kids. You're gonna have sex. You might as well have it now when you're 12. That's the message that they're sending our kids. And why would they be doing that? Well, there are a couple reasons. One, if you can get them started on sex early, then you can own them because they are slaves to their libidos, and shame is a very powerful motivator. And you can shame somebody because sex is still a difficult topic for people. They have this going into our schools now. The genderbread person, which talks about sexuality, and it's going in very, very young, and so it's not so much that they have this conversation with 11th or 12th graders, it's that they are having it younger and younger. That's the problem that we're facing. They've changed their age ranges, and it gets younger every year. They've had sex workers come in and teach high school students literally about vibrators and sex toys in high school, as if somehow that is reasonable high school fare. I'm going to show you this. This is a handout that was handed out to, I believe, 10th graders in the classroom, and it is to explain the Oxford comma. Do you see there are a couple strippers there? That is supposed to explain the use of the Oxford comma, which is basically, we invited the strippers, comma, JFK, comma, and Stalin. So the first image is JFK, Stalin, and two strippers. Without the Oxford comma, it's we invited the strippers, comma, JFK and Stalin. And so in the second image in this handout, they actually have drawn both JFK and Stalin as strippers. What does that do to the children's image of JFK? First, it's funny, I don't mind them drawing Stalin as a stripper with pasties and a G-string, but there's something about JFK being drawn as a stripper that bothers me. But more importantly, that they would do anything to show strippers in a classroom. How is that appropriate? Then there's the story of Ruby's hair clip. Ruby sat on the bed she shared with her husband, holding a hair clip. There was something mysterious and powerful about the cheaply manufactured neon clip that she was fondling suspiciously. She didn't recognize the hair clip. It was too big to be their daughter's, and Ruby was sure that it wasn't hers. She hadn't had friends over in weeks. But there was this hair clip, little and green, with a few long black hair strands caught in it. Ruby ran her fingers through her own blonde hair. She had just been vacuuming when she noticed the small, bright green object under the bed. Now their life would never be the same. She would wait here until Mike returned home. Question number 1. Why is Ruby so affected by the hair clip? Question number 2. How has the hair clip affected Ruby's relationship? This was originally given to 4th graders in Arizona. Although the worksheet originated on a teacher's helper website as a learning aid and was supposedly marked inappropriate for younger grades, it still ended up in the hands of 8-year-olds as an assignment. This text gives rise to serious doubts about the teacher's concern for the children's best interests, because why are you having a conversation about divorce and infidelity and sex with 4th graders or 2nd graders? And to have it in this way, to expose the children in this way, surreptitiously, and such that the parents wouldn't know, that is evil. And that's what's happening in our schools. So I urge you to get a copy of my book. If you're at all, even if you're not considering home education this fall, get a copy of my book, because it will teach you some things that you may not know, that I'm pretty sure you probably don't know, especially if you're thinking of sending your children back to the public schools this fall. And so that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do have pornography in our public schools. They are teaching, the last I heard, they're teaching 2nd graders about lubrication. I'm out. That's it. That's it for me. I struggle with this. Tune into the radio show, The Sam Sorbo Show, weekdays at 10 on mojo50.com, also in podcast. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye.